Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial video we are going to study how to crochet an easy thigh-high fishnet socks. And the materials you'll be needing will be a 40-gram 100% acrylic wool, your measuring tape, your foam limiter hook, and your scissors. Let's get right to it. So you start off by making a loop, then you make a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you insert back into the first chain with a slip stitch. After that, we're going to chain 1 and put 1 single crochet in the next stitch. 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to put another single crochet in the same stitch. So what we're basically doing is putting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. That is called an increase, and we are doing this because we want to increase the size of the circle. So we're making an increase, and we're achieving that by putting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So 2 single crochets in every single stitch. And since we had 4 chains earlier, if we're putting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, we're going to end up with 8 single crochets for this row. So 8 single crochets for this row. And then when we get to the end, we join it with a slip stitch. For the next row, we're just going to repeat the same thing. We're going to repeat the same thing for the next row. 2 single crochets in every stitch. 2 single crochets in every stitch. So right now, if we do that, we're going to end up with 16 single crochets. That is 8 previous stitches that we had times 2. So that is going to be 16 single crochets. So we're going to end up with 16 single crochets in the stitch, and then we just keep repeating it till the size is noticeably bigger, till we're satisfied with the size. 2 single crochets in 1 stitch till we're satisfied with the size. After that, when we are pleased with the size as we are now, instead of 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, we are going to start putting only 1 single crochet in a stitch. So 1 single crochet in a stitch, 1 single crochet in a stitch. And the reason why we can't be putting 2 single crochets in a stitch anymore is because if we continue that, we're going to get ruffles. We're going to get a very bent shape, and we don't want that. We just want something that will curve over the third of our feet, something that will cover the third of our feet. So we're going to accomplish that by putting 1 single crochet in every stitch. We'll do that till we're pleased with the size and the length of it. So if we keep putting 1 single crochet in every single stitch, it is going to curve eventually and take the shape of a small bag that we can, like a socks, we can put our feet into. So once we get something that covers our toes and just the bit of our feet, we'll stop there and go into the next step. Now for this step, all you need to do is make a chain of 5, chain 5, and when you have your chain of 5, you count 5 spaces and join the 5th space with a slip stitch, and then make another chain of 5. So we'll be making chains of 5, count 5 stitches and put it in the 5th one, join it with a slip stitch and make another chain of 5. We'll do that till we get to the end of the row. When we get to the end of the row, we'll just do the same thing for the next row, but this time around we'll be slip stitching in the middle of the chain. So since there are 5 chains, we'll be slip stitching on the 3rd chain. We will repeat the step till it is just below our heel. So I finished the next step off camera, but I was playing. So basically what I did was, when I was satisfied with the length, I added single crochets equivalent to the number of the previous single crochets I did before. So I ended up with about 25 single crochets, and I just chain 1, turn and repeated the same thing. So single crochet, chain 1, turn, single crochet, chain 1, turn, till it got to this level. Now the next one we're going to do, we're going to join the 2 ends of this row, this whole thing, with a slip stitch, so that we will form a loop, the normal regular loop that all socks have. And then we're going to continue our chain, but now instead of chains of 5, we're going to be doing chains of 7. So we do chains of 7, we count 5 spaces and we slip stitch. Chains of 7, we count 5 spaces and we slip stitch. And then when we get to the previous chains that we've done before, we put it right in the middle of those chains. Remember, the previous chains were 5 chains, so we'll put it on the 3rd, we'll slip stitch on the 3rd chain. So we'll just keep repeating the same process, but this time around we'll be chaining 7. So you chain 7, you slip stitch in the middle of the previous chain where you have a chain. You just go round the loop, repeating the same thing till you're comfortable with the size, with the length of the fishnet. Because the thickness of our legs varies at every point, we're going to need to increase, and we do that by increasing the number of chains. So since we have 7 now, we're going to increase to 9, 11, 13. So now we want to make the band of our socks. We're going to do that by chaining 8. After we chain 8, then we're going to go into the 3rd chain and insert a half double crochet. We're going into the 3rd chain with and insert a half double crochet, and then we'll make half double crochets to the end of the row. So half double crochet in every single stitch. We're going to have 5 half double crochets. So half double crochets in 6 half double crochets. So we're going to have half double crochets till the end of the row. Half double crochets to the end of the row. For the last stitch, we're going to go through the back loop and insert a double crochet, then chain 2 and turn our work, and repeat the half double crochet in every stitch. So we'll just be alternating between the stitch. We'll do half double crochet in every stitch, then we'll do 1 double crochet in every stitch, and then for that double crochet row, we're going to put 1 double crochet in the back loop. We'll just keep doing it, half double crochet on a full double crochet, half double crochet, full double crochet, till the length of the band can go around our thigh. And then when we're done with that, we just attach the band to the socks that we've knitted.